And now for our next news special report.
Welcome to a story that's more than just news. It's a wake-up call for every American. Imagine a school, a place meant for learning and growth, now emptied of its students. Why? To make room for illegal migrants. This isn't fiction. It's happening right now in Brooklyn, New York. Students at Madison High School are being pushed into the unknown territory of virtual classrooms. Their school halls now filled with migrants. The message is clear. Our children's education takes a back seat. But this is just the surface. What lurks beneath is a tangled web of misguided policies and glaring oversights. As we peel back the layers, the truths we uncover might just shock you. They might even anger you. But it's crucial that you hear them. So stay with me as we explore not just what and how, but the why. And trust me, you don't want to miss my final thought on this one. Now, folks, before we dive deeper into our report, here is something you do need to hear, just like how we bring you the unvarnished truth. We rely on our sponsors who support our mission. Now let's talk about something heating up. And it's not just our report. Heating costs are soaring. Experts warned us, and now we're seeing bills higher than in a decade. It's like the situation at Madison High School, unexpected and escalating. That's why I recommend, where did I put it? Here it is. This portable heater. It's a game changer, transforming any space into a cozy spot without lining the pockets of the greedy utility companies. Compact and efficient. It's smart. In these trying times, just plug it in and let it go. Get yours at getwarmnow.com for 55% off. And remember, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Now, in a sudden development that sent shockwaves through New York City, Madison High School in Brooklyn is now the epicenter of a contentious debate. The school, a beacon of learning and community, has been unceremoniously shut down to house nearly 2,000 illegal migrants. This decision has forced all of its students to shift to virtual learning, a move that sparked outrage and concern among parents, educators, and citizens alike. And the situation didn't emerge out of thin air. It's a direct result of what many are calling Biden's border disaster. The influx of undocumented immigrants has overwhelmed the city's infrastructure, and Mayor Eric Adams' decision to use the public school as a makeshift shelter was seen by many as a desperate and ill-conceived response. The images of school buses, usually filled with students, now ferrying migrants to the school's doors paint a very grim picture of the priorities at play. Watch this. There it is. There's your school bus unloading all the migrants. And look at this. Look at all those school buses. This is from freedomnews.tv. They do great work. And there they are. You know, it's sad. It's a sad situation. You see families like this, young children. But the fact of the matter is they are here illegally. And there they are walking into the school. This is the school, Madison High School, where real American citizens have been removed, children not getting their education, to make room for people who are breaking the law. Now, this isn't just about a school closure. It's a symbol of a larger problem. The administration's handling of the border crisis has led to numerous challenges, including the strain on public resources and facilities. The sight of migrants entering the school, bypassing security protocols that students adhere to daily, has added fuel to the fire of public discontent. Watch this. Here's more. The way that these people leave these facilities is generally much nastier than it ever started out with. And I'm trying to be delicate with my words here, if you know what I'm saying. Now, the voices of frustration are loud and clear. Parents and residents have expressed their dismay and anger, questioning the decision to prioritize illegal migrants over their children's education. One resident's comments captured the sentiment perfectly. It's a litmus test. They're using a storm, a legitimate situation where they're testing this out. I guarantee you they will be here for the entire summer. Watch this.
How does it feel that you kicked all the kids out of school tomorrow? How does it feel? You feel good? I hope you feel good. I hope you'll sleep really well tonight.
Why are you yelling at them?
Because I have a right to. That's why. That's why. Because I'm an aggravated mother. That's why. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Taking over my kids' school.
The impact on the students can't be overstated. The shift to remote learning is not a simple transition. It disrupts educational routines, affects the quality of learning, and places additional burdens on families, many of whom are already struggling. It's a blow to the community's trust in the education system and the government's ability to protect the interests of its actual citizens. Representative Stefanik even chimed in on the issue, slamming New York City Mayor Eric Adams over the disenfranchised citizens. Here's that moment.
So this morning, outrage as New York City students are forced to stay home attending school remotely again to accommodate nearly 2,000 migrants being housed in their high school. So the migrants crisis costing New York City taxpayers at least $20 million a month, $6 billion a year coming up. That's what's expected, and set to hit $12 billion total by fiscal year 2025. So House Republican Conference Chair Congresswoman Elise Stefanik joins us now. This is your issue in New York, but also a national issue. When you're seeing the footage of these families boarding buses to go to Madison High School, what are your thoughts?
It outrages every New Yorker and every American. And if you look at the polling, Brian, 84% of New Yorkers believe that this is a border crisis, and they know it's a direct result of Joe Biden's failed policies and Eric Adams and Kathy Hochul's failed policies when they rolled out the red carpet, claimed they're a sanctuary city, a sanctuary state. Now look at who's paying the price, hardworking New York families. And in the case of this school, over 60% of those kids come from economically disadvantaged families.
Right.
That is unacceptable. These parents now don't know what to do, and we know there is a negative impact when you're forced to do remote learning. So it is unacceptable. House Republicans, we passed legislation not allowing illegals to displace students in our schools. The Senate needs to take it up, and we need to secure the border.
So
the city's justification for the move centers around a temporary crisis response to a storm, citing the safety and well-being of the migrants. However, this explanation has done little to quell the rising tide of discontent. The decision to refer the illegal migrants as guests by City Hall further aggravates the situation, as it seems to diminish the significance of the disruption caused to the lives of lawful residents and their children. The controversy extends beyond Madison High School. It's reflective of a border crisis in the city and in the country. New York City's strained shelter system and the overwhelming number of migrants have led to drastic measures, including the imposition of a 60-day limit on shelter stays. This policy has sparked its own set of problems, with families being shuffled around, creating a sense of instability and chaos. Now, the fiscal impact of the crisis is enormous. Adams repeatedly called on the federal government for additional resources, highlighting the strain on the city's budget. The costs associated with housing migrants, along with the other related expenses, have necessitated budget cuts across various departments, including education and law enforcement. This financial strain is a testament to the severity of the situation and its far-reaching consequences. And the situation at Madison High School is not a local issue, it's a national one. It speaks to the broader challenges faced by cities across the country dealing with similar influx of migrants. The debate over border policies and immigration reform has been reignited, with questions being raised about the effectiveness and humanity of the current approach. Amidst the turmoil, House Republicans are moving to impeach Homeland Security Secretary Mayorkas. Finally, they argue that his policies and management of the border crisis have been inadequate and detrimental to the country's security and well-being. The upcoming hearing, featuring testimonies from various states' attorney generals, is expected to be a pivotal moment in this ongoing saga. Watch.
Some have accused DHS of not enforcing our nation's laws. This could not be further from the truth.
Last month, 300,000 migrant crossings shattered previous records.
The border situation is pushing some of America's cities to the brink.
Very dangerous consequences now from the surge of migrants at our southern border. So the number of encounters nearly doubling over the last 2 fiscal years, and these illegal immigrants need shelter. They need medical care, and that's putting a real strain on our own public health system here. Plus, there are also growing concerns about fentanyl that's making its way into our country through our open borders.
An illegal immigrant is arrested for the brutal murder of a Texas cheerleader.
You'd have to be living under a rock in America to not recognize the disintegration of our sovereignty at the southern border over the last 2 years. So we're just calmly and judiciously responding to the threat. And that is also quite American.
If you want more of what you see on the TV today, then by all means, America can support my Democratic colleagues and their policies, because those are the policies that have brought this disaster upon our nation.
You, sir, are the Secretary of Homeland Security who has failed in your sworn oath to protect our nation from invasion. You've brought generational trauma upon our country. I believe history will witness your era of service as a transitional time in our country. But what was America like before Secretary Mayorkas, and what was America like after him? I've completed my investigative work. It's quite extensive. I've filed my articles of impeachment against you, and I've provided my investigative work to the appropriate committee. So let me just say that my articles have been filed and my time with you is done.
Mayorkas, time has come. If you got value from this report, tap subscribe. This isn't just about a story in Brooklyn. It's about priorities, policies, and the impact of decisions made at the highest level of government. Now it's time for my final thought. In closing, this isn't just a story of a tale in Brooklyn. It's a glaring example of a leadership crisis at the highest levels of our government. Mayor Eric Adams, in his misguided efforts, has not only disrupted the education of countless students, but has also symbolized the broader failings of the current administration's policies. The Biden border crisis has manifested itself in our children's classrooms, displacing education for a problem created by lax border policies. This is not merely a local issue, it's a national embarrassment. And furthermore, the situation demands a critical response, not just in words, but in action. The impeachment of Homeland Security Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas is not just a necessary step, it's a crucial move to protect the integrity of our nation's borders and the security of our citizens. It's time to hold those accountable and ensure that our priorities as a nation align with the needs and safety of our people. Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. Now keep up your quest for truth with this next news report. And if you found our channel enlightening, join the millions who agree with you. Tap subscribe. Thank you for watching the Next News Network.